Hi everyone, my name is Rishabh Yogi and today we are going to discuss about how to create an email notification stock package in Bagisto. So before starting that, I would like to highlight some of the features of that extension. So it will notify the customers that the products are back in stock. It will help to analyze the products which are in high demand. It will auto or manually send the email notifications, and it will allow both the registers as well as the guest users to subscribe for out of stock products, and it will improve the customer satisfaction as well. So without wasting any time, we are going to create a package. So this is our official doc presented over here, and getting started, as you can see, there is one option presented over here by the name of package development, and this is our tree structure over here. By this you can click it over here, getting started, and we can create a package by two methods. One is by the code generator and another one is manually. So we are creating by manually, so I can show you each and every step of how to create an extension. So this is our manual setup of files, and before that this is our Bagisto, and for that this is our admin panel of Bagisto, and this is our front end part. Alright, now we just need to open it over here. So this is our env file. Firstly, make sure we just add the credentials of email SMTP right in env file. So I will paste it over here as I am using by the Mailhog my SMTP. SMTP is basically the service mail transfer protocol. So getting started. Now I'm going to create a new module inside the directory of namespace of webcool. So I'm going to create by the name of notify. This is our package directory, and inside this there is a namespace of webcool. After clicking onto that, you will able to see all the register modules here. I'm creating a new folder by the name of notify. Alright, now again we just need to create one more folder inside the src. New folder src. Again, now we just need to create a one more folder inside the src, that is providers. Providers act as a dependency for creating a module, and according to this doc, this is the file is been created inside the providers by the name of blog service provider, but we are going to create by the notify service provider, because whatever the module which we are going to create it over here, this file is same as like that. So we just need to create by the name of notify service provider. Firstly, we will need to create one folder by the name of providers. All right, just like that. Now copy this file and change the class name by the name of notify. Save this. Now I'm simply copying this file and pasting it over here, and don't forget to change the namespace and the class name as well. Notify service provider commands. In this file we have two methods. One is boot method and another one is register method. So I will tell you both the usability later on. Save this file. Now we just need to register our package. For that, we need to apply this code inside our composer.json file. And now the question arises, where is that composer.json file is located? So this file is located inside the root directory of Bagisto. Cancel Composer. As you can see, this file is located over here. Clicking onto that, this is all the remaining packages are been registered over here. I'm just clicking it here. Now in notify, changing the namespaces accordingly. Save this file. Now moving on to the next step. Now we need to apply this code inside app.php file in the config folder, and this file is also located inside the root directory of Bagisto. As you can see, this file is located over here. So now in the providers array, we just need to register this. So these are all my previous module service providers. Change the namespace accordingly. Save this file. Save. Done. Now hit this command to register that. It will optimize the autolite files. Now our package is ready to use. Now we need to create migrations. Migrations are just like we need to create a table inside our database. So our database is here and by the name of Bagisto 2.0.0. So we are going to create a new file inside this database. So for that, I'm following this structure here. So we need to create one folder by the name of database inside src folder. Packages. I'm closing all the remaining files. Packages webcool. This is our notifier. Need to create a new folder by the name of database. Before proceeding ahead, I have to install the node modules, as these are all the dependencies and will help to compile the CSS and JSS while creating a package. So this is important and dependency for us. For that, hit this command to install the node modules. As you can see, the node modules are installed. Now to run that, hit this command. Done. Now proceeding ahead, create one migrations folder inside the database folder. Now hit this command to create a table or a file inside this directory. So I'm just copying this and pasting over here and changing the name of the table, as we are going to create by the name of notify and module name also. Done. Save this file and hit it in the root of the Bagisto. See, the migration has been done successfully, and this file is created after hitting this command, and the table name is notify, but this is not registered yet. To register that, add the more fields as per our requirements, as I have already created that, and I'm directly copying it from there. We just need the product ID, customer ID, and send notifications according to our needs. See, done. Now moving ahead, we now need to load this migrations from the package, and for that we just need to add this line inside our put method inside the notify service provider class, and here save this file. Now run the command of php artisan migrate. Done. Now to check that, you can directly came here and check it over here. See, the table is been created successfully. So moving ahead, now it's time to create models. Models handles the database logic parts. As you all know that Bagisto runs on the MVC structure, that is model view controllers, and model handles the database logicals part for that. So for that we just need to create a folder by the name of contracts. Contracts acts as a interface inside the src folder. And in this, you need to create a one file. This doc is creating by the name of post.php, but we are going to create by the name of notify.php just to make the module meaningful. Done. I'm closing all the remaining files right now. See, I'm copying this, pasting over here. Don't forget to change the namespace and the class name. Save this file. Now our step is done. Now moving ahead for the next step. Now we need to create a proxies. Proxies are just it will override the functionality of the existing models. You can read it like this is written over here. It will able to override the functionality of the existing models. That create a one folder by the name of models inside the src folder. Done. Again we need to create one file. This is creating by the postproxy.php, but we are going to create the name of notify proxy.php. Done. Simply copy this file, paste it over here, and change the namespaces. Save this file. Now done. Moving ahead. Now we need to create one more file. This is creating by the name of post.php, and again we need to create by the name of notify.php. This is our model file, and in this we need to add the fillables. Fillables are basically the fields which are presented in the database. So our fields are by the name of product ID and customer IDs and notifications. So as I have already created, and I will paste it directly from there. Done. So these are my fillables. I have applied it over here, and this is my table name. Save this file. Now our step of models also being done. Now we need to create a module service provider to register the modules. So this module service provider is presented in the, we need to create this file inside the providers folder, like over here. Create a new file. Done. Now moving ahead, copy this file and paste it over here. change the namespaces. I'm directly changing it from here to make it more easier. Done. Change the model file also, as we have created by the name of notify. You can check it over here. Save this file. This file extends the base module service provider, which is coming from the core. Save this file. Now going ahead, now we need to register this module service provider inside the config folder, and in that config folder there is a one file present by the name of concord.php, and this file is also located inside the root directory of Bagisto config, and as you can see this file is presented over here. So these are all my remaining module service providers. I'm just pasting right below there and changing the namespaces. Done. Save this file and close these files. Now models part is done. Now it's time to create repositories. For that, firstly, what are repositories? Repositories are the traditional development application logic is often written directly in the controller. However, there is an alternative approach that abstracts some of these calls in the PHP classes called repositories. So this is our structure, and we need to create a repository folder inside the src folder. Inside the src folder, create one more folder by the name of repository. Now this doc is creating by the name of post repository.php, and again we need to create it by the name of notify repository.php just to make the module meaningful. Simply copying this code and pasting it over here, changing the namespaces. Blog notify. Done. Change the contract file name also, as we have created by the name of notify. That interface class is written over here, and change the class name also. Done. Save this file. Now moving ahead, our repository part is also done. So now it's time to create our routes. To know detail about the routes, you can visit our Laravel documentation over here, and this is our directory structure of how to create our routes. For that, I'm just copying a folder name and paste it inside the src folder. In that folder, we need to create two files. One is for the admin routes, and another one is for the shop route. One is handle the backend and another one handle the front end part. So for that, I'm copying this file name, pasting in the respective folder by the admin routes, and another one is by the shop routes. Done. See, this is our admin route. In this, the middleware is being used. To know more detail about that, what is middleware, you can go to the Laravel documentation and you will learn much more about that. And in that, we use web admin as a middleware for the admin part, and for the front end part, we use web, theme, locale, and currencies accordingly. So as I have already created the routes, so I'm simply copying it from there. So just a second. This is the browser. Oh, get open. Routes. Here, admin routes. So this is my file. In this route, that what is happening, we have used the middleware. You can use the method, like whatever method you want to use, like get, post, delete, and according to your needs. This is our controller class name. that we are haven't created a controller yet, but we need to register that file name over here. We are going to create by the name of notifycontroller.php when we create a controller. This is our redirect page. That page name will be notify admin index, and this able to store the data in that grid. And this is one more by the update stock status. I will tell you within a minute that why I have created this update stock status route. Now moving ahead, we need to create a shop routes as well. Shop routes is being presented over here. Save this. This is also the same. We need to create a notify controller file and right now this is giving an error, but when we create a controller file, this error will automatically get removed. So I'm just simply closing all these files right now, moving ahead. Now it's time to load the routes. For that, just simply copy this code and paste it in the respective service provider, that is notify service provider. Paste it over here, save this file. Now our route part is also done. Now it's time to create controllers. Firstly, this is a structure of how to create a controller. Create a HTTP folder inside the src folder. Now inside the src folder, create HTTP folder. Create one more folder by the name of controllers in the HTTP folder. Now create one more file by the name of controller.php. As this file is quite important because it will extend the base controller. For the backend controller, we need to create one more folder by the name of admin, which handle the backend part, and one more folder by the name of shop, which will handle the front end part. Now moving ahead. So this is creating by the name of postcontroller.php. As I have told you before also that we need to create it by the name of notify controller as I have written over here. So I am directly simply copying it from here and pasting it inside the, wait a second, I'm closing all the remaining files right now just to avoid the confusions here. Create a new file with the same name. Done. Now we need to create a controllers as I have already created. So I have simply copying it from there. This is our folder, HTTP controller. This is our controller file, which extends the base controller. See, this will extend the base controller. Save this file. Now moving ahead to get the route of the admin one. Admin routes are here, and I have to copy the shop controllers as well. See, all the files I have created. So what is happening in this file? Like, we have used the repositories, notify repository, we have used the notified data grid. Later on I will tell you that what is the use of this notified data grid, and we are using this method of update stock status to update the stocks, as I have used this method inside our routes over here. This, see, and this is our redirect page, notify admin update stock status. We are using it over here, and we have getting the customers, getting the products from the customer repositories, product repositories. We have used the mail functionalities, I will tell you later on, and done. saving all these files. Done. Closing all this. Now our controller part is also been done. So now it's time to create views. Views are basically with what are visible. You just need to create a resource folder inside the src folder. So this is our folder, resources. Now we just need to create one more folder by the name of views inside the resources. Done. And we need to create one more folder for the backend part, that is admin. We can use shop for the front end part, but it is not required right now for creating in our extension. So I'm just creating a admin folder inside our views folder. Done. Now it's time to create a file by the name of indexblade.php. As you all know that Blade is the very powerful tool used in Laravel for showing the templates. So I have to create a new file, indexblade.php. As I have already created this file, simply from there, this file is presented over here. I'm simply copying it from here. This is our route name, like notify admin index. It is, I have written in the route notify admin index, and this is the script I have used. I have used one method by the name of send quick mail just to call the Ajax, and this is our route to update the stock and apply the conditions as well. Now moving ahead, views part. Now we need to load this views. We need to assign this line of code inside our notify service provider. Done. Locales. Now it's time to create a locales. Locales are basically the languages. Bagisto supports a lot of languages like English, Hindi, Arabic, and many more. And they have the codes as well, like for the English that is EN, HI for the Hindi, and many more. So we are creating by the EN as we are going to create in the English. So for that, I am creating one new folder by the name of lang inside the resources. Done. And one more folder by the name of en inside the lang, just like this. And now create one more file by the name of app.php inside this. See, as I have already created, so I am simply copying it from there. Save this file. These are the languages, langs I am going to use in my grid when I create a data grid. Now it's time to load the translations and apply this code inside the boot method of notify service provider class. Paste it in the boot method just like this and change the name to the notifier. Save this file, and this step is also being done. Now it's time to create a admin menu. Like we want to create a one menu over here, and after clicking onto that, a data grid will get opened which handle the notifications, product name, customer name, and from that we will send the notifications directly to the customers. So for that we need to create one admin menu and we need to create a config folder inside the src folder. Done. This is our file which we're going to create inside this folder, admin menu.php, as I have already created, so I am simply copying it from there. Perfect. Admin menu.php and here. Done. Like in this there is a key present by the name of notify. This is the name of the menu, like we are going to create by the name of notify me. Route that index page, that is notify admin index, as I have shown you here also. I'm recalling you again, like the index page, that is notify admin index, is the route we going to create in this. This is the sort order at that which order our menu will get exist. So right now I'm placing it at the end. Now moving ahead, you just need to register inside the service provider. Before we are registering it inside the boot method, but for the menus we are going to register inside the register method. Save this file. Now clear the cache. Done. Now it's time to check the results. See, notify me menu is been created. Here we can change the sort order as well. If we apply it on the second position, it will automatically came over here and it will go into the notify route. But right now it will give the error of data grid, as you can check it over here also. See, the pagination ajax is not loaded yet. So for that we need to create a data grid. This data grid error is coming due to this. So for that we need to create a data grid. Going ahead, time to create a data grid. Then this, like what is data grid? A data grid is a concept of displaying your database records into the tabular format. It is a powerful tool that helps you to present large amount of data into an organized way. So in this is our things which we like how data grid works. These are the some of the functions prepare query builders are used in this while creating a data grid. Like this is an add columns in this, what are the fields are being presented over here, prepare actions functions like you want to add it or delete, like. And now we need to create a folder by the name of data grid inside the src folder. Done. Now need to, this is doc is created by the name of post data grid, but we need to create just like we mentioned over here inside our admin controller by the name of notify data grid and paste it inside the respective folder. Done. As I have already created the data grid, so I'm simply copying it from there. Data grids. See, so this is our data grid looks like. I will tell you what is happening in this data grid. See, the first thing is this is our table name, the table which we created in the migrations by the name of notify. We have to write the same table name here also. We have applied a joins. This is our product flat table which we present in the Bagisto, which handle the name of the product's name, product number. So we have applied a join to get the product name from the product ID here. And same thing we have done for the customers as well. Okay, and moving ahead, the function is been called over here by the name of prepare columns and add columns. These are the index. What are the index? Like ID, index, product name. These are the labels, like translations is being used. I will telling you like what are the translations means. Just a second. These are the customer name, created at, we need a type, use the date just to make the data in the date format. And at last we have used the send notifications. In that we have created a one button, and in that we have applied an on click event of send quick mail. And this method I have used in the indexblade.php file inside our admin part of the views over here, send quick mail. And by this, after hitting that button, the Ajax will get called and it will notify and update the stock status. So this is applying it over here. Now these are the translations. Now I'm telling you that what are the translations are being used. Like we have created a lang folder, like ID is there. Done. I'm saving this file right now. Firstly, I'm going to check it that our grid, yes, the grid is done. Now if I replace the name like this, just for the second, you will see what happened in our grid. Our grid will look like this. This is the translation which we have used in this data grid. This. So this file is responsible to make it Control Z in the name into the correct format. Back to the same. Now the error will also get resolved of that pagination. See, this is error is also been resolved. Now moving ahead. Now we want a data into that grid, and for that this is our storefront of the Bagisto, and I have already created a one product by the name of Puma Black Mesh walking shoes. And right now what is happening, like the condition is in the catalog products we have a number of quantity that is 10. Like what happen if I decrease the quantity to 0, save this product, and some conditions will look like this. But according to our extensions, I want a notify me button over here. Like after clicking onto that, the data will directly go into that grid and came with the product name, customer name, with the date and the button over here. So for that we firstly find that from where this product detail page is coming. So this product detail page is coming from one of the modules is by the name of shop. So this is our module name, and inside that there is a one file is presented over here, resources, shop, src resources, views, products. This file is responsible for this product detail page. Now we need to apply a one button of notify me and apply some of the conditions according to the quantity. So as I have already created, so I'm directly copying from there. The call shop sources use products. This file we want. I'm simply replacing the file. All the file is being saved. I have applied some of the things which I am showing you right now. We have used a send mail over here and used the product ID and customer ID and applied one conditions, like if the customer ID got null, it will show you the please log in first. Like firstly the customer have to be get logged in, then only he will moving further and the Ajax will get called. And this is our URL, that shop notify store. This URL is presented over here. To check it, you can directly open this route. Shopify notify store. This is our page. And now as you can see, the notify me button is been appeared over here. Now it will show you the pop-up because the customer ID is null right now. So for that we just need to log in first, and for that I'm just signing in a new customer. I'm creating an account by the name of Robert. Do. Done. Done. The customer is saved successfully. Now we have to sign in, and now I am going here as now the customer ID is there and it is not null right now. After clicking onto that, the pop-up will look like this. We will notify and the products are back in stock. And now what will happen after clicking onto that? As many as times, the data will directly move inside this grid. And now we just need to add the quantity also, like what are the quantity of that product. So for that we just need to add some of the code changes inside the controllers as well in the same module. So this is our file which we want. Like what is happening over here right now, like if I applied a eCommerce die as a dd in this, what is happening? It has all the fields instead of quantity, like no quantity is been there. So I am not able to apply the conditions according to the quantity. Like if the quantity will get 0, then only the age will get shown. So for that I just need to find the quantity, and for that I have already written a code inside the controllers. I'm simply copying it from here and replacing this file. Now what is happening? We have get the product collection from the product repositories, and we have plugged the quantities from the inventories and assign it into the new variable by the name of $quantity. And now we have make it equal to the product. And now if I apply a dd, save this. As you can see, the quantity is came here. So this is the quantity which we need it right now, and now the condition will work according to our needs. And now to apply the condition, we have applied a condition over here, like if the quantity got 0, we have written this code also, like if the quantity will get 0, it will show the notify me button, and if the quantity is more than 0, it will show the add to cart button. So I'm simply saving this file and letting you know that quantity is 0 right now. So now the quantity will came here, and after removing that, this is back to normal. Now what we want, we need to send an email after clicking onto that, and for that you can directly simply go through the like how to send an email, and you can check it over here also. Like we have used mail functionalities in these customers modules. You can check it over here as I have already sent it. So I'm directly creating from there. I'm closing all the remaining files now. Now create a new folder by the name of mail and listeners inside our src folder. You have to create one folder by the name of mail and another one by the name of listeners. So now we have to create separate files which creates a function, handle the functionality of mail and listeners. And for that I have already written a code. Mail, and we want this file. Okay. We have to create a file here. Now I'm directly copying the code and paste it over here. Like what is happening in this file, there is a method has been called by the name of build, and in this we are getting the sender email details and sending the mail on the core, and we are sending the mail directly to the customers by this customer email. And we have also applied a subject, like what is the subject by the mail is been gone, and this is our HTML code, like what is the content will go inside that mail, so you can handle according to your needs. I'm just simply saving this file. Now for the listeners, again we need to create one more file by the name of product update after listener and paste it in the respective file. Now copy this file and paste it over here. See, we have used the handle method inside this, and for that we have get the customers from the customer repositories. We have used the notifier repositories to get the product ID by the field, and these are the methods which we used inside the constructor as well. And this is it. And after that we have sent a mail by using the product back in stock notification, which is coming up for here. All right, now we just need to create one more file by the name of event service provider, just to send and handle the listeners. And for that we need to create over here providers. Now this is the file. Create a new file over here, and now I'm directly pasting it over here. This file is handle the event, like if we had a lot of data inside our data grid, so it is quite very difficult to send each and every customer a bundle of data. So after applying this event, whenever the product will get updated, it will send the email notification directly to the bundle of the customers. So we have used the event by the name of catalog product update after. Now after saving this file, now it's time to check the results that our mail is gone or not, as I have used the mail hog and paste the credentials of mail hog inside our env file. After clicking to the send, you can see the mail is came over here. Again I am sending it, again the mail is came here, and again I need to update a product. Like if I update it, we have able to get the data. Wait a second, we need to register the event service provider first to send the bundle of data. This is the code, because we have to register in the respective service provider, then only our event service provider is being called. Now if I update it, just save. You can check it, all the message notifications is been gone. So this is all about it. I hope this extension will work, and thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video. Thank you.